Welcome back, everybody. Here we are with round 2 of Fortnite. Well, round 1 of Gold 245 EST Fortnite. So before we get started, we got to do what we normally do. The Good Luck Have Fun pledge. Good luck, have fun is a promise to set a positive example with my behavior, show integrity by honoring the rules, be a good sport whether I win or lose, recognize that my words have real impact, speak up against discrimination, harassment, and abuse, stop, listen, and reassess if I'm told that my words or actions are harmful, and respect others even if their sincere opinions are different from my own. And with that done, let's go ahead and jump into the Fortnite action. Here we are, round 1. How are our kiddos doing? Jumping around the map. Only 19 players in our lobby right now, down to 18. One of them died off the drop. Here we are with Big Jackson, Zero G-Mech, and Briston Gamerkin. The other 2 teammates here over at Naughty Nuts. Now, if you're in the chat, if you're watching, I want to know, what is your favorite drop spot? Breakwater Bay, Lonely Labs, Frenzy Fields. What are your favorite drop spots? Where do you guys like to drop in the current Fortnite meta? What do you guys like? And while that's going on, let's go ahead and get an update. We haven't looked at leaderboards in a while, so let's take a look. It's week 6. So the Fortnite leaderboards should be pretty developed here. Let's take a look. See how Fortnite 245 EST is working out. So for this lobby, the 245 EST gold lobby, it's actually pretty competitive between all the teams. We've got the Ackworth Dragons Spark with 187 points in first place. Then we have the Ackworth Dragon Shadow with 176 points in second place. And they're tied for second place with the Greenville Roughnecks. So the Greenville Roughnecks Team C are tied with the Ackworth Dragon Shadow for second place with 176 points. The Brookfield Dragons are in fourth place with 163 points. And then we have two Troy Nomads teams, one in fifth, one in sixth place. So the Troy Nomads Echo are in fifth, Troy Nomads Foxtrot are in sixth. In fifth place, the Echo have 159 points. In sixth place, Foxtrot has 154 points, or 45 points. Meanwhile, in seventh place, we have the Greenville Roughnecks Delta with 142 points. And then from there, there's a bit of a drop down to 126 points. So a drop of, I think, 16 points is the Ackworth Dragons Blaze in eighth place. And then from there, there's another big drop with the Macomb Nomads in ninth with 94 points. Ottawa Pandas in 10th with 55 points. And then Midlothian Eagles in 11th with 26 points. But right towards the top, I would say the top 5 teams are decently close to each other, especially the top 4. I'd say the top 4 are pretty close. From fourth place to first place is only a gap of about 24 points. And then from third place to first place is really close. It's only a gap of 9 points, so it's pretty negligible. Meanwhile, we've got our first team fight. Here we are, Nova Easy FPS and Lunatic Ray and Tempest. They just took down Grip Burst and King. So our first squad is about to be taken out here. There's only one player left for the enemy trio. And they're hunting them down right now. There they are, Dark. They've taken the high ground, but they are in a 1v3 situation. This is going to be difficult for them. But they're going to give it their best shot, because that's all you can do in the end. Nova lands a shot from on the back, and Tempest finishes it off from the front. Nicely done. Nicely done. Let me see what team this is, so I can give them proper congratulations. So this is... the team that just got taken out was actually the Greenville Roughnecks C team. So that's the place that is currently ranked third on the leaderboards overall for the season. And they just got taken out pretty early, so that's going to have a big impact. But they still have an opportunity to bring it back, because we only count the best of their 2 rounds. So if they can have a good performance in round 2, they can still maintain their high standings in the lobby. Meanwhile, this team, Tempest Nova Easy FPS. Let's see, they weren't claimed last week. Let me see if I can find them from a previous week where maybe they were claimed. Oh, I see. Okay, so Tempest, Lunatic Shark, and Lunatic Ray, and Nova Easy FPS. This is the Greenville Roughnecks D team. So this is the Delta team that is currently ranked 7th on the leaderboard. So they took out their fellow Greenville Roughnecks team early on in this match. Well, the team they just took out right now was no, that wasn't. Yeah, it was their fellow Greenville Roughnecks. Interesting stuff. Let's see if there's any other team fights that may be happening. Teams may have started to rotate. Maybe let's hang out with some other teams for now. Here we are with OP West, I Have Worms, and Strong Kiwi. And they are going to solve Optimus Prime's cool temple puzzle and then do the gritty. And it looks like, are we going to have some teams running into each other? No, not quite, but we do have some teams very close to each other. The Greenville Roughnecks D team and Enderman Gamer and EJ Dead Rider, which must be a Nomads team. So let's see, this is the Troy Nomads Foxtrot. Troy Nomads Foxtrot. Currently the 6th place team. So it'd be the 6th place team versus our 7th ranked team here. So it'd be a pretty close fight if these two teams go at it right now. Looks like they're kind of chasing each other down right now, chasing each other's tails. Or rather, the Troy Nomads are following the trail of the Greenville Roughnecks. And since we've got some time, why don't I talk about some sportsmanship values? This is what these kids are really in XP League for. It's sportsmanship lessons and life skills that are going to stick with them for the rest of their lives. So let's talk about self-control routines. What are they, and how do we teach them here at XP League? Well, a self-control routine is all about regulating your emotions. It's about taking setbacks in stride so that you can perform to the best of your ability and make sure that you keep a cool, calm head where you can think logically through each through whatever may be happening in a game. It also helps to keep you and your rest of your team feeling good, feeling positive. We talk about filling emotional tanks all the time. And it's really important that we use self-control routines in order to make sure that we're not giving off negative energy and draining our teammates' emotional tanks. And one of the ways that we can do that, we can stay in control of our emotions, is with a self-control routine. So some of the things that we teach kids to count to 5 in your head. You know, when something happens and you feel like you're going to lose your cool or your temper is about to get the best of you, count to 5 in your head. Take a deep breath. Maybe check in with your coach. You can use self-talk like, I will honor the game. I can rise above this. One that I really like, this is the one that I teach to kids all the time, is 777. Will this matter in 7 seconds, 7 minutes, 7 hours? And using that kind of 777 as a barometer for what is actually important and what is worth getting upset about really helps put into perspective, hey, that small mistake that I made or that small mistake my teammate made doesn't actually matter. Because it's 7 seconds have passed and it doesn't matter anymore. It didn't really matter in the first place. It's not worth getting upset about. This one is nice because this next one is nice because it involves like a physical component, and it like involves breathing. Is blowing into your hands like you're warming them up on a cold day. So you go, and doing that, you know, it has a nice component because you're taking a deep breath essentially, but you've got something physical there, so that you're doing something with your hand where, you know, if your instinct is to kind of slam the desk or maybe hit the mouse or something or hit the keyboard really hard, it gives you something to do with your hands. And then over the shoulder, that's a good one as well. Throw your mistake away, toss it over the shoulder, you know, like you're tossing some salt over your shoulder. But it's not just enough to just say, hey, 777. Does it matter in 7 seconds, 7 minutes, 7 hours? It's important to have talks with your players and with your kids about consequences. You know, what are the consequences of their actions when they do control control their emotions versus when they don't control their emotions? You know, what are the consequences of using a mistake ritual when you're mad? What are the consequences of cheating in a game? What are the consequences of insulting your teammates? What are the consequences of complimenting your teammate? There are positive consequences and negative consequences. So for instance, you know, if I use a mistake ritual when I'm mad, you know, if I blow into my hands when I you know, am mad at something that happened in the game instead of, you know, raging at my team, I'll be able to control my emotions and play to the best of my ability. Because if I'm tilted, I'm not going to be thinking through all the strategies, all the different things that could be happening in the game. I'm going to keep my head cool and clear and be able to play harder and play better. What happens if I cheat in a game? You know, if I cheat in a game just to win that match or you know, feel like feel good about winning that moment, I'm gonna carry with me feelings of shame and guilt. You know, I'll have hurt my opponents, and I'll negatively impact the spirit of competition. And if we get caught, my team and I are gonna suffer penalties. What are the consequences of, you know, insulting my teammate? You know, if something happens and it tilts me, let's say my teammate makes a mistake. If I, you know, say, oh, you're garbage, you're trash, you're so bad, then my teammate's gonna feel worse, they're gonna play worse, and I'll have made it more likely that our team's gonna lose. That'll be a direct consequence of me making my teammate feel bad. So if I wanna win, because I'm a competitor, I care about winning, then I want my teammates to feel good so that they can play their hardest and play to the best of their ability. And if my teammates feel bad because they're being put down, they're not going to be able to play to their best ability. So it's in your best interest to win matches, to make your teammates feel good, make them feel like, hey, it's okay for me to make a mistake. And then what happens if I do the opposite? What if I compliment my teammate? Well, if I compliment my teammate's gonna feel better. They're gonna play better because they feel better. And I'll have made it more likely that my team is gonna win. So by complimenting your team, by being that person on your team that really makes it such a fun place to be and encourages everybody, and brings everyone's spirits up and energy up, that's an amazing superpower for any team. And mentality is the biggest part of competition. Just like the biggest part of this team fight here is Strong Kiwi and OP West doing their best to defend against elite Kobe Kid and Singing Dia while they try to break in. Now they are a little stacked. They do have some chug jugs. Well, I guess they all have slurp jugs here. And in this tight quarters here, Strong Kiwi has managed to get some really great shots off with his drum shotgun. Elite Kobe Kid just on the other side of this door. Oh my goodness, great. I was so smart from Elite Kobe Kid to use the explosive rifle to get so much splash damage onto Strong Kiwi and OP West. That was huge. Really, really smart stuff from Kobe Kid. West and Strong Kiwi now moving in. It's a 1v2 against Briston Gamerkin? What? That wasn't the player that was here. We were just watching someone else, right? Well, Tempest just took down OP West. That was Tempest. Yeah, here we go. Tempest comes in, cleans it up. So it looks like they got third-partied by another trio. Tempest, Nova, and Lunatic did a great job of seizing the opportunity that was available here. Zero GMAC gets knocked down by Tempest. Tempest, wow, what a great player. You know, it's easy to get upset whenever, you know, someone just feels like they are such a better player, or like they just have, like what are you supposed to do against such a difference in skill there, where they're taking out so, like, tons of players? Like, what are you supposed to do? It can feel very hopeless. But it's important to recognize that how much time have you put into the game? How hard have you worked to get as you have? And then look at how much better the other opponents are, the other teammates on your team are, and gain a level of respect for that effort, for that investment, the time that they put in, the focus that they put in order to get that good. And especially if they're older than you, also understand that, you know, they have a head start. But there we go. They've taken out yet more, even another duo there. Tempest, Lunatic, and Nova on fire here. So this is the Greenville Roughnecks C team playing beautifully today. Big Jackson playing as a solo here. They're about to run into the Troy Nomads. But it's important to get some perspective and have a lot of respect for your opponents. Big Jackson turns the corner there. Didn't realize that EJ Dead Rider had an angle on him. EJ takes him out. And now Troy Nomads have been scouted out. It's the last two teams in the lobby. EJ Dead Rider and Enderman Gamer. Troy Nomads versus Greenville Roughnecks. They do manage to get the reboot off on their teammate Nova. And so now the full trio versus the duo. We'll watch it from the Troy Nomads perspective as they are running to next zone. I don't know if they'll have an opportunity to wait all the way till next zone. And speaking of next zone, I should actually get round 2 set up while we are here. But like I said, controlling our reactions and processing our emotions is a skill. It's a skill that has to be practiced. It's like a muscle. You know, the more you work out that muscle, the stronger it's going to be. And if you haven't worked out that muscle before, you know, it's going to be hard at first, and you're probably going to fail. And it's okay to fail. It's okay if we don't control our emotions 100% of the time. What's important is that we are trying our best. We're putting in our best effort. And then when we do fail, we take responsibility and learn from it. Just like the Troy Nomads are doing their absolute best, putting in their best effort to take on the Greenville Roughnecks here. EJ Deadrider going to put in a brave last stand. They get dropped from their build and shotgunned out by Tempest. Tempest, phenomenal play here along with the rest of the Greenville Roughnecks. 10 eliminations in their lobby. Congratulations to the Greenville Roughnecks getting a victory out here in round 1. I have to get round 2 set up really quickly, but we'll be right back with round 2 of Gold 255 EST. All right, everybody, here we are. We're back. Round 2 of Gold 245 EST. We're hanging out with our gold players right now. And look at this, Tokyo T-Fox, Knowledge, AOD, taking on the Troy Nomads right now. DJ Fort Pro and Invixty. Tokyo T-Fox, their shot goes wide. Goku drops down, Invixty. And now they're both in the water, and Invixty goes down first. Oh, no, I didn't want to leave that fight. That's such a good... DJ Fort Pro, here we go. DJ Fort Pro goes invis. They did get lucky and find some invisibility gauntlets. But how long will that keep them alive? Mr. I Like Cats, thank you for the follow. And thank you for spamming egg in the chat. Now, I do have the results from round 1, so let's take a look. So in round 1, the team Tempest, Nova, and Lunatic got first place with a combined 10 eliminations. Then we had EJ Dead Rider and Enderman Gamer in second place with 1 elimination. Then we had Big Jackson, Zero G-Mech, and Briston Gamerkin with 1 elim. Then we had Knowledge, AOD. In 4th place, we had I Have Worms, OP West, and Strong Kiwi with 2 eliminations. And then we had Elite Kobe Kid, Singing Dia in 6th place. We had Dark Zero, Grip Burst, and King in 7th place. Now we've got a couple more teams in on this round, so I'm sure we'll get a little bit more action. Well, maybe we'll see how things will turn out now that some of these other teams are here. For instance, who are some... Let me see if I can find some names here that I didn't see last round. Like, I didn't see Tokyo T-Fox here from last round either, so... Looks like they are joining their team. Jimmy Slicings and Shakar, I didn't see this team in last round. It's nice to see these teams back in here for round 2. Should be exciting stuff. And now, before I start talking about sportsmanship values again, I want to really quickly copy over, get the claim sheet out so locations can start claiming their teams on the score sheet. There we go, almost done. Now I just gotta... Now I do hear some gunshots going off here. Let's take a look. Shakar and Jimmy are fighting some NPCs here. They seem to have found some agents. And they are taking them out. And a little bit of a boss fight here. And the drum shotgun gets it done. And for their efforts, they may have exposed their position, but for their efforts, they will get some very good loot. I don't think anyone's ready to contest them yet anyhow. Here we are with EJ Dead Rider and Enderman Gamer. They're in Mega City, and I think there's another team here. It's Big Jackson, Zero G-Mech, and Briston Gamerkin, and I think they're going to be heading towards the vault. So maybe they're waiting for the NPC to spawn so that they can get that vault ready to go. All right, if you are a coach for the Gold 245 EST teams, the claim sheet has been updated with week 6 so that you can claim your teams. Go ahead and do so. Meanwhile, Briston Gamerkin taking some shots here. They've taken some damage, may nearly lose all their shields. And it looks like the shots are coming from the top of this building over here in Mega City, the green team here. And there's another team fight going on. Oh my goodness, 2 team fights at once. Here we are, Tempest, Lunatic, and Nova going up against Shakar. No, going up against Strong Kiwi. Strong Kiwi goes down. OP West maybe up next. Tempest takes out the first. OP West directly underneath. I'm trying to get it from OP West's perspective. OP West and I Have Worms dueling it out right now. There we go. OP West is building up, but they're about to be shot down and dropped. OP West gets dropped and dies from the fall damage. Now it's just up to I Have Worms. I Have Worms now, the only player that can make this happen for their team. They managed to edit out a roof tile for their teammate to drop down, but unfortunately that gives an open window for Strong Kiwi to shoot through, for Nova to shoot through. I Have Worms is going to try and run away. They have some great loot. The Lunatic Ray drops down and finishes them off. Meanwhile, back over at Mega City, EJ Deadrider and Enderman Gamer have solidified their position here. DJ 4 Pro, they lost their buddy Invixty. And over here, we have Tokyo T-Fox, AOD, and Knowledge. Looks like they got away from the mess that may have been happening here at Mega City. And now things calm down again, at least for the moment. So we'll hang out here with Tokyo T-Fox, AOD, and Knowledge for the moment. Although I'd like to see who's been eliminated. You see, Invixty, OP West, Strong Kiwi, and I Have Worms have been eliminated in this round so far. Reed, I think, is a player I didn't get to see last round, so I'm happy to see them with us here for round 2. Oh, very nice. Having a little dance party here at Brutal Bastion. They're just hanging out, having a good time. Nice. Very nice emotes. Meanwhile, over here, team fight is brewing between Troy Nomads and let me see what team Tokyo T-Fox is on. Tokyo T-Fox is with... Oh, there we go. First shots going off. AOD lands some shots on a Knowledge. No, not AOD. It would be Enderman Gamer and EJ Deadrider. We'll hang out with them since they're the aggressors here. They do manage to get some good shots on a Knowledge there. And now they're just kind of fighting at range. Enderman Gamer and EJ Deadrider do have some very good weapons to spam with from this range. EJ Deadrider fighting Tokyo T-Fox. Wait, no, that was an NPC. I think I expected an NPC there. That's a funny graphical glitch. NPC got a victory royale. Knowledge, Tokyo T-Fox, and AOD. They clean up some of the NPCs that were hanging out in this area. Is that storm moving? Yeah, that storm is closing in, so they do have to keep moving. And Knowledge actually has a vault key right now. So a lot of spam damage coming through. Cybertron cannon even being thrown at Knowledge here. AOD and Tokyo T-Fox have made their way into the vault, and it's up to Knowledge to hold off Enderman Gamer and EJ Deadrider. EJ Deadrider's moving up first. Enderman Gamer follows behind. Knowledge just inside that bush right there, giving the intel to Tokyo T-Fox and AUD. Hey, you guys are clear to keep looting. They're outside the building. They're waiting for an ambush. Be ready for it, guys. And then Tokyo T-Fox says, okay, I'm going to come around the way. All right, they see me. I'm moving in. Tokyo T-Fox is going to go ahead and try and ramp above them. The Cybertron cannon drops Tokyo T-Fox. And EJ is now going to go 1v1 against Tokyo T-Fox. Enderman Gamers are going to try and find them on the ground. EJ in their box.